What's going on YouTube? Back with another video about NBA 2K25, and we just got a bunch of gameplay news, a little few builder gems. So we just got some news. Full builder news comes out on the 28th, I believe tomorrow is. So that's when you can expect another video from me. But basically, I just been watching a bunch of people who went to 2K Community Day, and I just been taking notes. I got my notes right here in front of me. I got the gameplay. As you can see, Double H is in the background. That's who we're going to be watching, just his video. So I'll let that run while I start yapping, as Badge Plug would say. But so I was watching mainly, all of this news is going to come from mainly Koza from 2K Labs, Joe Knows. Everybody knows Joe Knows. Simply Grinding, and Double H. And that's Double H's video right here. So you can just see these are the people who I watched mainly and took notes from. I watched a few other videos, but most of the stuff was just overlapping, not too much new information. So this is basically what we got. So I'm gonna dive straight into it. I'm gonna start off with dribbling because I'm a dribbler. So everybody was talking about how they couldn't speed boost, how the controls were all different. So 2K already said it's a new dribble engine. We got new controls. Some things been revamped, but you can still speed boost. You can still move. There's still moves that you can do in the game. There's returning moves. Some moves got taken out. So dribbling is still fast. You can still speed boost, and you can if you had Jamal Murray's behind the back, for example, that's been taken out. So no more of that Jamal Murray from 24. But returning is the John Wall snatchback and the LeBron James step back. So you can expect those two moves to be used a lot again. But they also got some new moves. They got the go-to shot. So it's kind of shooting, but it's also dribbling because you can cancel out of them with a shot or dribble move. So they're just kind of like size-up dribble moves that the animation will play out, and then it'll take you into a shot, but you can cancel into it with, or cancel out of it, I'm gonna say, into any other dribble move that you want. Siri's chatting for no reason, but it is what it is. But yeah, that's that. So they said Steezo, there's a few people who try to Steezo dribble. Nobody really can dribble like Steezo, first of all. And I wouldn't even say they tried to Steezo dribble, but they accidentally ran backwards, and you can see that you can combo out of it a lot. So Steezo dribbling is returning, and you can still always, like in every 2K, you can still do your sim dribbling. So you can expect to see both styles. Hopefully there's not too much left-right cheese. The L2 cancel has been extremely nerfed / taken out the game, so left right shouldn't be as bad, but this is just off people playing at Community Day, and we're probably going to see the community find something to cheese. But that's that. All the gameplay you're seeing and all these notes also are off of early gameplay, the early build of the game. So some of this stuff probably is already changed. If not, it's going to change within the first few weeks, but we shall see. But right now, based off of what the people played at Community Day, these are all the notes. So some more dribbling stuff. What I covered the Steezo dribbling, the moves that are still in the game. What else we got? The blowout dribble is back. You can only do it in half court now. You know, when you tapped R2 and 24, but now you flick the right stick up to use it. They say it's a lot smoother and it feels more controlled, so you're going to be able to have more control over your dribbler, so that's always a good thing. Adrenaline is exactly the same as it was in 24, which is good because if we have to have adrenaline, we just don't want it like 23, because 23 was a drag, but 24's adrenaline was not bad at all. So that's the same. New engine, dribbling still the same. You can still dribble fast, not the same, but different controls. And another thing is defenders get a lot of bumps when you try to dribble like straight into them. So this is kind of defense, kind of dribbling, but on the offensive side, you're gonna get bumped a lot if you're going straight towards them, and if you're the quote-unquote smaller build. So you kind of want to go around more this year, I guess you can say. And there's going to be a lot of bump steals. Bump steals are back, so that's a little key from the defensive section that I was going to talk about. But bump steals are back, and you're going to get a lot of bumps, but you can still cook up. The people only have limited amount of time to play the game, so once the whole community gets their hands on the game, I'm sure there's going to be a lot of moves. Everybody's going to get a feel for it. We're going to know what moves we're going to go-to shots. We're going to get used to it. So that's all of that. So that's pretty much all the dribbling stuff you need to know about. Now we're going to go into shooting. So overall, a lot of the players' jump shots, like KD had a slow jump shot, John Morant slow jump shot. Who else? I can't think right now, but somebody else had extremely slow jump shot. Jamal Murray slow jump shot. A lot of jump shots have been reworked and they're a lot faster, so you should be able to see a lot more used jump shots in the park, in the rec and all that. So hopefully that's what happens, but then again it comes down to green window. So you get faster jump shots. There's also, don't forget about, they had in the first courtside report, they had the high risk, high reward, low risk, low reward. So those are the shot timing profiles. So based off of what people were saying at community day, high risk, high reward is going to be what you want to use because that's one just worked the best. There's no, like, it works pretty well. There's no need to, if you can time your jump shot, I think what Joe No said, if you're average to above average player, there's no reason you shouldn't be using it. So you're going to get a bigger green window. You just have less room for error. And then with a low risk, low reward, of course, is an ad. With a low risk, low reward, you have a smaller green window, but more room for error. So you might see some whites go in, I believe. That's how that works. They had a few other ones, but high risk, high reward is the one that everybody in community said you should go to. So other than that, we got the stick shooting. So if you remember from the first courtside report, they said you can flick your right stick down to match your player's motion, and then you have to flick it back up. So you would hold their right stick down while he goes down, right stick up while he goes up. So they said that was something new. It might take a minute to get adjusted to if you're going to use it, but it had its concerns. I wouldn't say issues, but its concerns were that there's a catch and shoot delay. So on catch and shoot, there's kind of a delay when you go down and go up. So it's a little iffy right there. And then also it's kind of awkward out of dribbling. So if you're dribbling, you dribble with the right stick. So you're going to be flicking your right stick and then you got to go down and then up. So it's kind of weird. If you can get used to it and it feels good for you, use it. They said that most of the comp players are probably going to stick with square or X on Xbox. So that's something new. Go-to shots right now, they're saying, I talked about it in dribble moves, the go-to shots, the little size up that you do. They're saying it's kind of OP right now, and you can hit a lot of contested shots, but that was in an early build, so hopefully 2K fixes it. But they said it's something that's really smooth. It feels good, but right now it just feels a little OP for some. Some players have slow go-to shots, other players have faster, so it's just something that you want to get used to, see how you want to use it, put on whichever one you feel is good. Fades and middies feel kind of similar of 2K24, they said. So fades and middies still feel good. You can still get to your spots, pull up, all that stuff. You got dribble pull-ups, all that stuff is still good, still feels good. Shooting, I think that's everything I got for shooting. Yeah, so now we'll go to finishing. So for dunks, they said in the dunk meter, there's no more green window that shows. You still have a green window, but it varies based off of where the defense is at and how far you are. Also depends on the defensive ratings and all that. So you don't see the green window no more on your meter, but you still have the meter, but it just disappears. I don't know if Double H shows it. I actually didn't finish watching all of this video, but we'll see if we get there. But other than that, yeah, like I said, the defensive ratings matters on your contact dunk. So if you're going up against a player with a high block, your chances are actually going to be a lot smaller. But if you're going up against a little small guard and you're trying to dunk on him, you're going to more than likely get that dunk. So the scaling basically on contact dunks actually makes sense this year is what they're saying. What else we got? So standing dunks, there's no more jab steps in the paint. We knew that was taken out, but yeah, there's no more jab steps in the paint, so there's no more of that cheese. And just on the standing dunks again, there's no more green window that you can see, they said, for any of the meter. I don't know if that's going to change or what, but that's how it is right now in the build that they played. For layups, the scoopers, floaters, all the stuff still feels good. Layups are going to be another useful thing to use. Your pro hops, your Euro steps, all that stuff is going to be good to use. They said the little bumps that you get, that you bump into a player and you go up when you got the bigger player. What was it called? I think it's called Bulldozer last year. All those are still in the game. They said it's still cheesy. It doesn't really go into strength. It's still a layup type of thing, but hopefully 2K can fix that before the game comes out, because I feel like that should go more into strength instead of having every build be able to cheese it. I hope they scale it down a little bit from 24, but we shall see what they do. Other than that, that's all I got for the finishing. Just quickly, we'll cover post players. You guys are going to be OP again. Any post scorer, if you're running ones with the post scorers, they said you're going to be OP. All the post moves still going to be really good. Your fades, your hooks, your drop steps, your spins, all that stuff. You got everything that you need. They said when you make your post build too, you can make them really good, and you can get legend badges without sacrificing nothing if you're playing like ones post player. But yeah, post players are usually always good, so we'll see how those go in 25. After that post, we got dunks, we got shooting, we got dribbling. I'm gonna cover defense last real quick. We'll go over takeover because I only got one thing on takeover. Basically, if you don't know, takeover's been revamped, so you got 5 levels of takeover now. So basically, each level you get more attributes, basically more of an attribute boost. So level boost. So level 1 you'll get like +2. Level 2 you get +3. Level 4 and so on. I skipped 3. I can't think, but that's how you get takeover now. So you get levels, and then your last takeover after level 5, you get to another one. Then you officially have takeover. So there's going to be a little takeover icon, and that's the one that you put on. That's going to be your little takeover attribute. So it's going to be a boost to something like you get a boost towards your off the dribble shots or something. So it's going to be stuff like that. So there's those 5 levels. Once you get to that last level, it fluctuates. So if you make a bad play right after you get takeover, you're going to lose it, but it doesn't go all the way away. It goes right back down to level 5 or level right where you had it. And then if you make the play, back up and you get takeover again. So that's how takeover is going to work, and I think that's all I got on takeover. So defense, probably the biggest thing in the game because everybody needs to play defense. So we're going to start off with steals. Like I said earlier, bump steals are said to be back. They said bump steals feel really good this year, so lock, so you guys can go crazy with bump steals. They said plucks, like the on-ball steals, they don't feel as OP as they did last year, but it's early. They only played against AIs and my team, so it's hard to say where we're going to be at. And none of the builds that they played with had, or none of the players on Play Now had legend badges, so we don't know how OP things going to be. But right stick rippers out the game, so they can't triple stack on stealing badges no more this year. So we'll see how it goes. But yeah, we got bump steals better, are back. Plucks feel less OP. They said passing lane steals feel a lot better if you're a defender. So if you have a high steal rating, long wingspan, you're going to be getting a lot of passing lane steals. So hopefully it's more so steals and not deflections. But we shall see how it goes. But steals, that's how more steals are going to work this year. Defensively, lateral quickness, your defensive movement side to side feels really good this year. They got the boost out of when you hold the L2 or LT on Xbox and you flick the right stick, you can do the cutoffs. So they got that this year. So that's going to be something to get used to. But they got those. They said defensive lateral quickness as a whole feels better. So you should be able to keep up with the offense this year, which is huge. What else we got? I said, yeah, defensive players matter. Defensive ratings matter. So contest system is a little bit different this year. So there's no more percentages. So you can't see you got a 89% contest. It's light pressure, whatever's in the middle, moderate, I think. Tight and very tight, so you're just going to see that. You're not going to see the percentages no more. So I don't know how you're going to feel about that, but that's what that is. And they said paint defense feels pretty good based on like the scale, based on your rating. So if you got a high block, you're going to be getting a lot of blocks. You're going to be impacting a lot of shots. And if you got a low block or you're not really a defender, you're not really going to get blocked. So they said the scaling this year, especially on interior defense, is pretty good. It's scaled well. So for the most part right now, based off all the news and based off of how everybody's talking about it, based off the gameplay we got, it looks good. I don't know what they're showing right now in this ad. Yeah, like I said, it looks good right now. It sounds good. We get official build news on the 28th, which is tomorrow while I'm recording this. And then either tomorrow or Thursday, we should have the city. So we should see the city. We should see all the features. Hopefully we see rep rewards, a little bit of things like that, so we can really get an assessment on how good or bad the game looks. Because gameplay sounds good, I'm not gonna lie, that's really the most important thing. And then secondly is an incentive to play the game. But you got the cap breakers that you earn throughout the year through rep, and you got max +1, you got season. So hopefully overall the rewards are good. You can actually earn VC. Hopefully everything seems good. But right now, gameplay wise and all the features that they've added and changed and tweaked, To me, it sounds like a dub, but the game comes out on the 4th for the pre-order early release. So you can expect a bunch of builds, a bunch of jump shots, SIGs. People are struggling with dribbling, so I know I'm gonna help out with that stuff. I'm gonna figure dribbling out. I'm gonna make a little small guard that can dribble off rip. So that's what you can expect from us. Expect another video dropping real soon. If you're watching this a little later, then you can already see the builder news that came out and the city news. So you can just click on that for us. But that's all I got for you guys today. I hope you guys liked the video. If you do, drop a little sub. It really helps us out. And I'll catch you guys in the next one.